joy you get from a relationship when you both know that this is what you're choosing, that you're both on a path together, that you're of the same mind in terms of who you guys want to be together. That was not present in WandaVision. You cannot make anyone stay who does not want to be there. She couldn't even make a figment of her imagination stay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren, and over here we discuss life topics by analyzing characters from popular TV and film. So today we're talking about the Disney Plus miniseries WandaVision, and we are going to be talking about making someone stay. You're in some type of relationship, the other person seems to be on the fence about whether they want to make it work or if they want to leave, and you are doing your best, you're doing everything you can to make them make the decision to choose to stay with you. So I originally wasn't going to watch this series, but I'd heard quite a bit about it and it just kept popping up and being recommended to me on like every platform. So I decided to watch it, and I wasn't disappointed. I thought it was a good show, and I thought they did a really good job of displaying sort of the stages of grief that a person can experience after loss, and just the true emotional roller coasters that people can be on after the loss or losses, in Wanda's case, of loved ones. I thought I did a great job at that, but there were things that stuck out to me about this series. And now that I make these videos, I'm always watching for things that I can turn into content. But as I was watching, I really began thinking about Wanda's position, the way that she was acting, and it looked very familiar to me. I feel like I've seen a lot of people in the position that Wanda is, maybe not in terms of the grief that she was experiencing, but in that place of desperation to keep someone, to make someone stay. So a quick recap, the series follows Wanda Maximoff as she is grieving the loss of Vision. She has taken the body of Vision to a small town, and within the small town she makes it her own via her powers. She gets into the minds of all of the townspeople, and she gets into the minds of anyone who is able to enter into this world that she has created, which most people are not. She has a force field surrounding it, and in this world she just constructs, as she goes along, the world and the life that she wants for herself. It's just this dream that she's sort of manifested. As time goes on, things begin to get more and more wonky. Vision begins to wake up, so to speak, and there is a new villain that is introduced. All the while, people are trying to tear down this force field that Wanda has put up so they can get Vision's body back and sort of rescue the people that Wanda has imprisoned in this world that she has created. So that's a general storyline. But of course, like I said, I want to focus on this aspect of Wanda that is very desperate to make Vision stay. She is willing to go to great lengths, really to any lengths it seems, to keep Vision in place, to keep Vision with her, to keep this world that she has constructed for herself in place. So, like I normally do, I give 3 tips, 3 tricks to deal with the issue at hand, some of the things that the characters may do right or wrong, and how we can implement some of those same things if we find ourselves dealing with the same issue, okay? So, number 1 is to become aware or conscious of your energy levels. Become aware of how much energy you are dedicating towards the parts of a relationship that are out of your control, as opposed to the love and relationship itself. The vast majority of Wanda's energy was going towards keeping this farce up, was going towards keeping Vision instead of being with and enjoying Vision. Her energy was allotted to keeping him in this trance, keeping him distracted, keeping him thinking the way that she wanted him to think. So much so to the point where she wasn't really able to enjoy a lot of the moments that she had worked so hard to achieve. And it's my little personal belief, my little personal theory, that that was the reason that things seem to be happening so fast. Their kids grew up super quick. The things on his job happened super fast. Like everything was happening at this rapid speed. A lot of this could have been because there was no time to sit in it. There was no time to really enjoy it. There was no energy left to sit and take advantage of what was created. It was go, go, go. It was on to the next. It was what can I do next to make sure I keep what I have. that I keep this person, that I stay in their good graces, that I keep them thinking a certain way. There was no time to do anything else, to have the loving part of a relationship. And I think a lot of people do this when they are trying to keep someone. They start expending all of this energy on, well, I'm going to be a better this, and I'm going to be a better that, and I'm going to take your phone, and I'm going to track you down, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And while you are giving all of your attention to the things that you're doing to make it work, you are losing out on the thing itself. So become aware of how much energy you're expending on different things in your relationship, and if you need to change that up, then do so. If you've ever been talking to a person and you kind of ask them how things are going, how's their relationship or whatever, and they kind of have this,
we're making it, I'm just trying to keep it all together, just trying to make it work.
That sounds so terrible. Like, clearly they don't know how they sound when they're saying it, but it sounds so terrible. Yes, we all know that relationships require work, and there's some maintenance involved in maintaining a relationship. You can't just do nothing. But when you're going around and all you have to really show, or all you really have to say is just trying to keep it together, just trying to maintain, just trying to, that does not sound like a healthy relationship. So do some inventory and find out if you're giving too much to the maintenance side of a relationship, because that might be a sign that it's time to let it go. Number 2 is to realize that there is satisfaction and enjoyment in knowing that the person could leave. Now that sounds a little counterintuitive, but I want us to think about that for a moment. Think about the people in your life who you know are going to compliment you, who you know are going to say good things about you. Maybe your mom or your dad, or maybe your sibling, I don't know. But there are some people we know that are just kind of going to encourage us and be there for us no matter what. Those people, we tend not to value their opinions, and we tend not to sort of give them their flowers. This is just how the human mind works. We value what it is more difficult to achieve. We value what it is more difficult to keep, to some extent. Now, this can be taken way too far. No one wants to be on a hamster wheel for the rest of their life, not knowing, what's going on. But I mean in a healthy sense. The knowledge that this person is choosing you every day is very satisfying, as opposed to just knowing that someone has to be here. It's like, do you want to be here, or do you feel like you have to be here? It's much more satisfying, I would argue, to most people to know that the person wants to be there and is choosing to be there. And when you are forcing someone to stay or trying to make someone stay, you take away that satisfaction that you could be getting from knowing that they are choosing you. They are choosing to be in this situation with you. We saw how upset Wanda would get whenever Vision would kind of have a moment where he would wake up for a little bit. We saw how she just didn't want to allow any of that in. Now we know in her case it was because everything was built upon this foundation and she didn't want to lose everything. But we saw how upset she would get with him. And we saw, just generally speaking, how anxiety ridden she was throughout the show about her relationship with Vision. Everything was so shaky and everything was so dramatic. But if we think back to, I think this was the beginning of Infinity War, I could be wrong, but when her and Vision were kind of dating, how peaceful they were when they were together, how at ease and how natural everything seemed to be with them when Vision was truly alive and when they were together. That ease was completely gone in WandaVision, especially as time went on and Vision began to kind of push back. That ease of a relationship, that foundational kind of joy you get from a relationship when you both know that this is what you're choosing, that you're both on a path together, that you're of the same mind in terms of who you guys want to be together, that was not present in WandaVision. And it's because the choice was taken out of the picture. And I think we often talk about the effect that that has on the person that is sort of being held prisoner. We talk about how harmful that can be when someone is trying to make you stay. But to also the person that is trying to make them stay, how emotionally taxing that is for that person, because it's not supposed to be that way. You're not supposed to take away someone's autonomy and their right to choose. And so it affects you too, because everything is out of whack, everything is out of balance. So it causes anxiety for both parties. And number 3, Figure out what that person is providing to you that makes them so valuable to you, to the point where you would be willing to go out and do crazy things to make them stay. What is it actually? Because I think if we do that work, we do that digging, we'll often find that that person really is not offering us that much. They're not offering something to us that we could not give to ourselves. And we can understand people in grieving situations, people are in different headspaces, so we can have sympathy and empathy for those people. But generally speaking, once you get to a healthy point, there shouldn't be a person that is so important to you that you literally could not go on without them. That's not a good sign, because nothing is forever, period. So what you gonna do? But if you can figure out what that person is providing to you that makes you think they're so important, then you can begin doing some inner work and finding out how you can provide that to yourself without the aid of another person. And if we think more broadly about this, we can see how that would make someone able to be really easily manipulated, because you're in need of something that they have. Now they can do with you what they want. They can control you, they can over influence you, they can do whatever, because you need something they have. You can't do without something they have. You're at their mercy. So if we look at Wanda and Vision, if Vision would have wanted to turn it around, this is a vision that she manifested, so this isn't really Vision, but like, let's just say he was real and she was just trying to make him stay in the real world, it wouldn't be this dynamic. Vision would actually have all the power, because Wanda would be so desperate to keep alive past memories, to keep what they have going. She would be so in need of everything Vision has to offer. So if he wanted to treat her like crud, like trash, he could absolutely do that, and there would be no one there to stop him, because she would accept it, because that's what she felt she needed. So we never want to be in a position where we are so in need, we are so desperate that we're willing to give up ourselves completely to keep a person. And we could also look at this in the sense of Wanda had everything that she needed within her all along. She made all of this happen. Vision was never there. She created this world. So it wasn't, if you want to look at it in an esoteric way, she didn't need Vision. And I'm not preaching like we don't need companionship at all, we don't need other people, we can do it all on our own. I don't think that's the answer at all. But the point was, she was able to supply herself with the things that she needed to get through what she was going through on her own. And in doing so, she found out that she actually didn't even have to do all that, which is a journey that a lot of us go on. And it might take us a really long time to get out of that kind of toxic cycle of holding on to something too hard and not getting the results that you want, which makes you hold on tighter. It makes them mistreat you because they know that they can, and there's nothing that you're going to do about it because you need them. So you hold on tighter thinking that you doing right is going to make them act better. They see that and they take it as a go ahead because they can keep mistreating you, and it's just this vicious cycle that keeps happening because you're just a little bit too desperate. The truth of the matter is, you cannot make anyone stay who does not want to be there. She can even make a figment of her imagination stay. No, but that's the way that it is. We have the right to choose, and it's our job to be the best versions of ourselves so that we can attract the people that need to be around us, however long that may be. That might be temporarily, that might be for the long run. Whatever it is, just make sure you're not the one who is being put at a deficit because you don't know how to let go, okay? So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more from me. Hit the notification bells if you want to. Hit the notification bell if you would like to be notified when I post new videos. And I will see you guys in the next one.